Major Glenn Ignacio is an Air Force veteran and national security expert, and he joins us now. Sir, it's good to have you on the show. Your thoughts on today's briefing from Joe Biden?
Well, I'm still waiting for clarity. I didn't get any after listening to him, and considering this was my career, I didn't get anything that was really explained. It was an explanation for me whatsoever.
Yeah, you look at the situation, nothing about how they lay this out makes any sense. They say that they saw it, that they watched it, that they wanted to learn something from it. They say they couldn't shoot it down because it wasn't safe, and then they shoot it down off the coast of South Carolina. We know they could have shot it down on the other side of the country when it was over the Pacific. We know that now. And then after they said they couldn't shoot it down because it wasn't safe, they shoot down 3 other objects in a situation where they just said it wasn't safe.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the balloon that was the Chinese balloon. I mean, the balloon itself was almost 200 feet big, and the size of the payload was about the size of 3 school buses put together.
Okay.
So it is big, but it really doesn't matter because the other balloons were shot down in areas that were over unpopulated areas, so we could have done it then. So the idea that we didn't detect it, it's a pretty big target. The smaller ones, maybe, but I don't understand why it wasn't taken care of on the West Coast versus the East Coast. Now, the balloon thing is something new, and there wasn't really a rule of engagement because the general in charge of NORAD and Northern American Defense has the authority to shoot down a threat to our nation. You know, we had Bear bombers actually press into our American Defense Identification Zone this past week. If they actually continued into the country, he has the authority to shoot it down. I think the balloon was a little, what do we do next? But these other 3 that are just weather balloons, honestly, I think that's just a big distraction. It really is.
I think what it boils down to is that they really had no clue what to do in this moment, and then they obviously tried to overcompensate by then firing at 3 other things that were apparently just domestic, whatever they were, recreational, whatever they were. My last question: what do you think that our adversaries, when they look at this country and the way it's being run and the way our military is being run, what are they thinking watching all of this?
I hate to say it, but again, I love the defense, love all the individuals that are the war fighters because we are family. But as far as the decision makers, we have to wait for them to make those decisions. I think we're a laughing stock. We've seen that we don't have a backbone. We saw that in Afghanistan. You're seeing it present day where we just let these things come into our country and there is no solid backbone to say we are not going to take it. Look what the Chinese do. We come even close to their airspace and they intercept and almost hit our aircraft. I mean, they do not mess around. They deal with it like a sledgehammer. We're dealing with it like a wet noodle.
It's well said. Sad, but it's well said. Thank you, sir, very much. Major Glenn Ignacio, we appreciate it.
Take care of yourself.
All right.